world's greatest podcast. Welcome to the world's greatest show.
Welcome to the world's greatest entertainment module.
Welcome to the only show you need to watch for basketball, for movies, for random things happening in life. Don't come here for hockey though. We aren't yet watching hockey like that, or baseball, or baseball.
Welcome to the show you should have been watching.
Hey. And if you didn't, you should have been.
You should have been.
And now you can.
Now you can.
Jason Jameson.
Shaun Manning.
Hey, brother, how you doing? You all right?
All right.
It's good to see you.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing terrible because it looks like the Wolves are on their way out. Anthony Edwards.
Can't do it alone.
No. And the Joker is the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Does see now in this generation, right? And so, what would this generation consider? Like, is there even a big man? Would that be Giannis? So it'd be him and Giannis.
As far as
and Embiid for this generation.
As far as like a traditional big man,
that's what last 10 years, right? So would that be
something like that?
So what is a basketball generation? Because if Kobe had 2000, technically, what he had 3 between 2000 and 2000. No, he had 5 between 2000 and 2008 and 10. So that technically would have been his generation. And then Bron and Steph would have had 2010 till now. And then now from 2020 to, I guess, 2030?
Until.
Right, to until. So is it every 10 years? Mike, what is that? He won them 6. What is
I mean, are we basing the generation off of the top stars or the average career span of, like, the players?
Well, the wild part is I don't even think the average is 10 years. So
no, it's not.
So I would imagine we go talent and then years. So you've had to play at least 10 years and be fairly consistent in those 10 years. So that would be Giannis. That would be the Joker. Because what has it been? 6 years for him now? 7?
Something like that.
So if you've been in the league 6, 7 years, let's say he's been in 8. I'm not entirely sure. You got your phone on you. I'm not entirely sure. But if you've got 4 MVPs, no, 3 MVPs. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, it is 4 now.
Yeah.
Because he had 2. They didn't want him to get the other one, and then they gave it to Embiid, and then now he's got the other one. So he might have either 3 or 4. Either way, 3 or 4 MVPs in 8 years, which I don't think he's even been in the league more than that. That's, yeah.
I mean,
go ahead and say it. When did Milwaukee win? Was that 4 years ago? That was after COVID. Right?
That was after COVID. I think it was the year after COVID.
How did Giannis? There was a year where Milwaukee was untouchable until they ran into Kawhi. That was the year they were like untouchable. Then they ran into Kawhi, and they didn't know what happened. But I'm saying,
they ran into Kawhi when he was in the East.
So that had to be 2018.
2019.
So did Giannis get one then?
Then, you talking about MVP?
Yeah. Because he got at least one MVP, right?
Yes.
Like, I guess maybe because of the assist. Is that why they give it to Jokic? I mean, from a talent standpoint.
I mean, you got to, here, at the end of the day, as much as out of shape we may say he is, and these people are more athletic, they are more this.
They find the way.
At the end of the day, that you can't say it's not talent if you're averaging what you're averaging.
True.
And you're as dominant as you are.
True.
Like, and nobody can stop you from doing it.
And as someone who watched it in person, fairly effortless. Like, some of the stuff, like he was throwing things up.
No flash, no nothing. Just,
yeah, and they were just going in. He hits the 3, and this is against the 4-time. 4-time.
4-time.
In Rudy.
Like Booker T.
4-time. Which, I believe the alien, What's that boy's name?
Victor Wembanyama.
He had better numbers, and AD had better numbers. But I mean, so to that point, unless they run into San Antonio, and Victor shuts him down, if the top two defenders in the NBA, if there's nothing they can do, and you have 3 or 4 MVPs, bro, that is dominance. And from a generation standpoint,
can't knock it. Can't nobody knock it.
You would have to give him these last 10 because Duncan's been gone, KG's been gone. So yeah, it would be Giannis.
Who else would be? Anthony Davis.
Wow, I forgot to mention that. So we got Anthony Davis, we got Jokic, we have Embiid, and then we have Giannis. Giannis has a title. Jokic has a title.
I think I'm missing somebody.
As much as we want to discount the bubble title, AD has a title.
He don't got no.
So the only one missing a ring is Embiid. And as far as I was concerned, when he was crying after Kawhi hit that shot, he was never getting a ring after that.
Yeah, that
just was, because of how he was crying.
It felt like he realized that was his one and only chance in his career.
Bawling on the court. Ugly cry, man. Nah,
but some would say that's just the passion of the game,
which is fine. I understand passion. By all means, embrace your emotions. But if you're ugly crying on the battlefield, that's all she wrote.
He's over there crying.
And since then, New York ran him up out of here.
New York did.
And it's one man. I'm not one man. We got one man, and the Villanova 3 have now put a whooping on the Pacers last night. Put a whooping on Philadelphia.
Listen, New York. I'm not the biggest fan of New York, but they play.
It's good when they're good.
They're playing some ball,
especially from an NBA standpoint. It's good when the Knicks are good.
But I say it's only from an NBA standpoint. Yeah, any other sport,
nobody really cares about the Giants.
Don't nobody care about the Giants, Jets.
It's because you're in the garden. Yankees. It's because you're not the Yankees. I guess it is good, but the Yankees are always good. But if they're not winning the
pinstripe,
if they're not winning the pennant for the Yankees, it doesn't really matter. Those are one of those teams to where they've ascended so high to where it's we're in the playoffs. All right, wake me up for the World Series. Because they have so many. How it used to be in Boston and LA, whereas now it's just kind of
okay. Yeah, that's one of the. There's a handful of sports rivalries out there. We already know my Lions sports rivalries that I get deep into. But outside of football,
you have to be winning to have the rivalry. It has to not be one-sided. You can't just.
Yeah, but the Lions, the rivalries that I feed into was not one-sided.
What rivalry? If nobody's winning anything, where's the rivalry?
Against each other.
Where's the rivalry if nobody's winning anything? It's the battle of the losers.
And it's a rivalry.
You've seen the battle of the bastards.
It is still a rivalry. Regardless, you're a team that is in close vicinity, and I don't like you because we play each other a lot. It don't matter, regardless.
Shaun Snow against what was his name?
Ramsey Bolton.
Against Ramsey Bolton, and then we're hoping for somebody to come and pull you out of the muck and the mire, and whoever that is will usually be the winner. Young Sansa.
Yeah, well, whatever. But that's not what it is.
Could it be Green Bay and Chicago? They lose. No, they lose. No. Oh, I beat you. You beat me. We're not going anywhere.
Well, once again. That has nothing to do with all the teams in the league. Everybody don't play everybody all the time. So you can't say that, that it's not a rivalry because they don't win anything. Because there's times when the team that wins the Super Bowl ain't played my team at all. So it's the teams that play the most.
Right. But if
you're playing in the same division,
did what it's supposed to do, it'll see them again. It'll see them
Maybe
again.
not.
Most. Oh no, it'll see them when it matters most.
Maybe if they make it, it's such a toss up. You never know.
No, this is Kobe LeBron. This is what you're gonna do now.
Oh no, we've established
because the Bean made it. They had the commercials and the Bean was there. Ron was not there.
You know what the difference is?
David Allen Greer.
You know what the difference is?
Anthony Anderson.
You know what the difference is?
They had Muppets.
You know what the difference is?
What's the difference?
The difference is in the NBA, every team plays every team at least once in the regular season.
Indeed.
In the NFL, everybody don't play everybody.
Right, but if
half of your season is playing the same team twice.
Right, but if they make
which makes it easier to be able to create a rivalry because there's so few games as well.
But if they make it where everybody plays everybody, they would have to extend the season. And
Which
I know the owners want that, but then the players,
them players.
like that.
It's like, you need some of this?
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, what a difference a week makes. Because last week it was 2-0 Minnesota.
I did say, once again, this is why you have to be tuned in to the show, to this podcast, whatever you want to call it, for the accuracy. I did say I did not like them beating them like that.
Because they game
Because it was, and I said they had to
don't let
win
confetti
the next
come.
game.
There's no going to be confetti on this one.
No,
but I was going to say, don't let confetti come down on your home court.
Technically, confetti should have came down for Minnesota because this next game they play, now that it's now that they're looking at as far as being eliminated, this would be the biggest game in the Timberwolves' history. I believe in the last 20 years, if not more than that.
I'm about to say, I want to say the history.
No, this will be the
But
the
the
last, I don't know if the ticket he got to the conference finals, right?
They play against I want to say the Kings in the conference finals.
Yeah, okay, and then the Kings end up losing to the Lakers. So yeah, he's gotten, KG got Minnesota close, but again, that it was that blowout when they beat the brakes off of them. That's when I said it to you. I said they've got to win the next game because it just didn't like it. It just, not that there's any script or anything is rigged, but I said it to you like it just.
It don't feel right.
You
don't lose by that much and on your home court, and don't go to their home court. If they lost again, that's them throwing in the towel. They're like, something's going on in the locker room, something like that. But they're just like, we're not playing no more. But if you lose by that much, you get beat twice in your arena, and one of them is a huge blowout. Oh, you come out the next game, it's like all cylinders.
Yeah, and they have for 3 games in a row. And it's only been, it hasn't even been Jamal Murray. It's been Jokic, Aaron Gordon, and then Reggie Jackson and random guys contributing 10, 13 points. It's been a team effort. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Jokic carries the majority of the load, but without the rest of that team. So, it's they say 87% of the time, the team that wins Game 5
wins the series.
That's it. That's what they say. Per the numbers, that's it. But I feel like they got one more game in them where they can fire Minnesota, where they can fire on all cylinders, and then Game 7 is.
Well, they're gonna be in Minnesota this next game. So
listen. You already lost 2 in Minnesota. You can't lose 3 at home.
They lose every game at home to get put out too.
So that's 4 in a row.
That's tic tac toe.
I know. I don't call it they might as well call that a gentleman's sweep too. We gave you 2, and then we'll take the other 4.
That's the spot. I'll spot you 2 games.
We'll take the
yes, we'll spot you 2 games, and then we'll be gentlemen. Spot you 2 games.
But we got a trophy. We'll just keep it in my house.
Yeah, bring the brooms.
Yeah,
bring the brums.
So it's and then Pacers, Knicks looking like they can take them.
These other games don't matter. That's the only series that really matters.
Dallas and Oklahoma City matchup is
that's better than I thought it would be.
I didn't know Shy was a flopper like that, but decent basketball.
Yeah,
decent basketball.
It's cool.
And then Boston and Cleveland, I think everybody knows. Short of Donovan Mitchell. Now, if Donovan Mitchell has a 40-point performance, and then
He's had 40-point performances and lost in the playoffs already.
Right. Well, you didn't let me
finish. I don't listen.
And then the rest of the team.
Let me tell you about this
Mobley
series.
And all that.
Let me tell you about this series. And this is why I don't care about this series.
Which series is that?
The Celtics and the Cavaliers.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a bunch of skittish teams. The Celtics had the most double-digit blowouts against teams like losing by double digits against teams that should not be beating them all season long, more than any other team that's in the playoffs right now.
Look at some stats.
At some point, the Celtics may just rant. They may show up. They may not show up. Ultimately, they're going to win, but it'll be like, oh, yeah, they should win this game. Lost by 35. How? How, Boston?
They rise or drop to the competition?
I don't know if they just take games off. Like, what is going on with y'all?
It's a great question.
So, that's why I care less about that series. And that's why I say, if they make it to the finals, they're going to lose. They can't seal the Tatum ain't the guy.
No.
He's not the guy.
You have to joke.
Take the Kobe shirt and put it back.
Oh.
Put it back. You're not the guy, Jason Tatum.
It would appear that he is not. If
they even in the commercial, is playoff Jason a thing? No,
it ain't no thing. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Playoff Jason, the regular season Jason, the same guy. Same beast.
50 different animals.
Same beast.
Different animal.
But same beast.
There we go.
This guy, get him out of here.
So, we have some movies coming up.
We do?
Yeah, we got, you don't like Furiosa? You're not looking forward to... You don't care?
Yeah. So somehow you got into my phone gallery. Like, wait a minute. No, hold on. We do? We do?
Are you looking forward to Furiosa?
Yeah. Man, I'm looking forward to going to the movies, period. I haven't been to the movies in a long time, and I missed the experience of being in. Last movie I saw in theaters was Godzilla vs. King Kong.
So you didn't see Civil War?
No, I did not. Like I said, the last one I saw was Godzilla vs. King Kong.
Okay.
That was the last movie I saw in theaters. I am a movie theater person. Like a lot of people are like, no, man, I wait for it to come out on streaming or on demand or whatever. I'm not that guy. Like, yeah, it's cool to be able to pause. Now, certain movies, yes. Like, if it's a movie where I feel like I'm going to need to pause and rewind and catch everything right like that, like where there's more dialogue than anything, like the only reason I saw Oppenheimer in theaters was because of the explosion and what they said it was going to be or whatever. Other than that, that would have been more of a at home, like, all right, let me take my time. And
wasn't even that big.
It wasn't. It wasn't what they said it was. But like, I would rather sit home, take my time, whatever, on those. But like action films, what they call the epics, those things, put me in the theater, surround sound me,
the experience.
Lean me back, some chicken tenders over here, some popcorn right here. Some popcorn, I got the little tray right there. Popcorn right here, chicken tenders right here. Got my little drinky drink right here, and then what I got in my pocket. Oh, I got some goobers. I got some goobers in my pocket. Put the goobers right there, and I'll just sit back and just tear it up. Ain't no, especially when I go without my kids. Daddy, I gotta use the bathroom. Well, I hope you brought a diaper because I'm watching this film. That's what I miss. I miss just sitting there watching and go, huh? Wow, that's what I miss.
What if they had put X-Men 97 out in theaters?
I'd be there.
And ran the whole
don't you? They should.
X-Men 97.
Matter of fact, I'm going to call the Imagine today.
Every episode,
bro. Do you know if on the Super Emax
back to back, and you get to place your food order, so you don't even have to.
If there was a clock in my pocket, it'd be high noon right now. Don't you keep talking dirty to me like that?
It's not that type of shit.
Don't you keep talking to me like that? Oh man, that is the. I've been off of Facebook because. Of the day of the recording is the last day.
Today is
the season finale.
This is it.
The second I woke up this morning, this is how some people just ain't got nothing to do in life. The second I woke up this morning, I went in to Facebook. All right, let me check my notifications.
So you're saying you're the person that have nothing to do in the morning because you're checking Facebook?
No, you know how it is. You wake up, that you see you're brushing your teeth, got the I got an electric toothbrush.
That's the only way to do it.
Just sitting there, just sitting on the toilet, not using it, just sitting there because you don't feel like standing up. You're still a little groggy.
You sitting down?
Not all the time, but sometimes you be groggy and you just be like
a psychopath.
Just like, it's looking like,
is it an Oral B?
Oh yeah, it's got
the white one or the black?
The IO series.
I got them before the black one came out. I talked to the yellow. I said, "Can you take the one back?" She was like, "It doesn't work like that, Shaun," because she was going to school for to be a dentist, so they had gotten this.
Same reason I got one. Client that is a oral hygienist.
Yeah, got an amazing discount.
You got to get.
Oh, they was pushing them electric toothbrushes.
They get an electric toothbrush. They said get a. She said make sure it's soft bristle because there's no reason to get firm or medium. Yeah. She said you ain't gonna do nothing but scratch your gums up. She told me she was like get either the Arm & Hammer baking soda toothpaste or the Crest Brilliance white toothpaste. No,
30 seconds.
If you can get you a water pick, I'm like, I didn't give me a water pick yet.
Well, they got them everywhere now.
Yeah,
as they've gotten more popular, they popped up more and more via Amazon.
Yeah, so I was, just sitting there, scrolling on Facebook. And I see the very first thing as soon as I hear it. Oh, X-Men '97 just in-game to in-game.
Still the whole day away. It's too early.
I'm like, come on now.
It's too
I woke up at 5:30 this morning. It just came out 5 hours ago.
How did you watch it already?
The West Coast ain't even seen it yet.
Go to bed.
Go to sleep. Like, what is your problem?
Yeah, man. That's
It's your problem, man.
It is early.
That's early, 5:30 in the morning. You done already watched it. I get some people wait till midnight. Don't post about it yet.
But I brought that up because imagine starting.
He's doing it
2 weeks ago. They were showing every Spider-Man. I believe one a week.
The movies?
Yeah, every Spider-Man at the Imagine, I believe. Like once a week, they're playing, these Spider-Man movies until we get to, until we get to currently where we are in the, in the cinematic universe.
I think just Spider-Man movie coming out no time.
Just something to do, get people in the theater. They've also been playing Star Wars. Granted, it was around May the 4th, but the Empire Strikes Back and that whole saga.
Listen. I believe I told you at some point last year, my whole family, we sat there and we watched every Star Wars movie in, did we watch in chronological order or did we watch in the order they were made? I think we watched in the order they were made only because I got them in on The Mandalorian. And no, my daughter wants to watch Boba Fett for whatever reason.
Boba Fett, man.
Had never seen Star Wars before, though. She wants to watch Boba Fett. And since Boba Fett took place right after Return of the Jedi, we were sitting there and they had too many questions. I was like, we're watching this. I was like, hit stop on Boba Fett.
That's the way to do it. That's how I got my son to watch.
So I'm not about to keep doing this with y'all. I'm not doing this. The Last Hope, or A New Hope. Here we go. But as I was watching it, of course, everybody says the second, the second movie in the Star Wars movies is always the best ones. But The Empire Strikes Back is one of the best movies.
George Lucas was in his bag, man.
Ever.
He was in his bag.
And you know what else was one of the best movies?
I had that 3-part THX at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Had that 3-part tape collection. Put them on here.
Is the room vibrating?
It's starting.
Yeah.
And then even my son,
long ago, in a galaxy far, far away,
he said, "Dad, that song never gets old."
Dun, 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 dun.
I said, "Son, no, it doesn't.
No, it does not.
No, it doesn't."
That's one of the best movies ever, man. This was
pausing.
I had to put a pin in that because there's. And this was not planned. I didn't plan on, the top movies that, you feel like are underrated in history, which I can't call that an underrated movie because it is widely regarded as a great film. However,
true.
What do you think are your top 3 underrated movies? Yours, Yours personally, and that you have a reason for, not something that you could be like, oh well, people love it and the numbers is like, no, you feel like you watch it like this movie doesn't get talked about enough, and this is why.
Blood in, Blood Out.
Okay.
Maybe because it's an older film and a lot of people didn't have access to it, and for whatever reason, I'm not sure why they didn't watch it. But Blood in, Blood Out. Anybody I know that has watched it love that movie. Because again, it's blood in a young Benjamin Bratt, a young Delroy Lindo, a young Ving Rhames, and a host of other characters. Oh man, you talking about quoting a movie? You said 5. I don't even know 3. I don't even know what I would consider underrated. I just know Blood in, Blood Out.
So underrated does not mean low key. Underrated just means it could be a well-known movie, just doesn't get the credit you feel like it deserves.
You go ahead, because all I can think of now.
My number one is
Blood in, Blood Out.
I'm gonna tell you what my number one is, and I only say this because it's somewhat of a niche movie, somewhat, and I say that very loosely. The very first Jurassic Park.
You saying that's underrated?
I don't think people give that movie the credit it deserves.
I thought it did because it changed cinema.
I think at that time, yes. As time has passed, I feel like people just be like, "Oh, it's Jurassic Park. Oh, it's another dinosaur movie."
Because they've diluted it with Chris Pratt now.
Let me tell you something. I was watching something on Peacock last night, and I fell asleep.
Peacock.
And when I woke up, because Peacock don't do like Netflix and be like, hey, are you still watching? And stop everything. Yeah. You done went through the whole series or whatever.
They know ain't nobody getting no cheeks.
Right. You watching Peacock, you ain't getting no cheeks. What are you watching, wrestling? But I woke up this morning because, I was asleep the whole time. I woke up and Jurassic Park was on right at the part. He was like, you didn't say the magic word.
Damn it. Please.
I cannot get Jurassic Park back online.
Without Dennis Nedry.
And I'm sitting there like, that's another reason why it took me a second to get up get up when I woke up. Because I'm like, Jurassic Park is on. I'm like, why do these dinosaurs look real in 93?
Steven Spielberg.
93.
He was in his bag, man. Him and George Lucas.
Bro, I'm watching that.
They were untouchable then.
They're over there trying to we're gonna have to reset the power. Reset it. He was like, there's human lives at stake. And I'm like, they should not be acting the way they acted in this dinosaur movie. That boy John Hammond was over there.
Spared no expense.
Oh man,
they were acting.
He said, Mr. Hammond, I've decided not to endorse your part. He's like, me either. And drove off.
Yeah, man, that boy John Hammond, he was rolling, man.
Yeah, but no, Jurassic Park is one for me. That's the top one for me. Because the people today, they were like, for whatever reason, my daughter refused to even try to watch it.
Unacceptable.
I'm like, you want to watch Jurassic Park? No. But she'll watch Jurassic World. I'm like,
you got to make it watch it both.
This is garbage.
Compared to
this.
Without question.
And really, honestly, only the first Jurassic World was good. Let's be real.
Yeah.
The second one pissed me off when they let all the dinosaurs out. Spoils ahead if y'all are been living under a rock and didn't go watch it. But they pissed me off when they let all the dinosaurs off in the second one. And the third one was, I thought it would be more. The way the second one ended and they start showing all the animals and dinosaurs running together. Sure. I thought it would be more of that than it was about freaking locusts or roaches or whatever it was.
Right, all them things tearing the crops up.
I'm like, why is this a thing?
Yeah, it was they looked like roaches, but them locusts. That's a quality list. Underrated. I mean, I would maybe say like that Mad Max movie because a lot of people haven't seen it.
Fury Road?
Yeah, I've watched that movie. I don't even to this day, I know it's a long movie, but most times I watch it, I make it all the way through because it's shot well. There's not a lot of conversation, which I just found out per the director, that was on purpose because he feels sometimes dialogue gets in the way.
It does. What's understood don't need to be explained.
Right, because he said Tom Hardy had, I think, 66 lines in the first Mad Max, and they said this young lady, the girl from the Queen's Gambit,
Princess Peach.
right? She ironically was standing in front of me at the Usher concert. That's who was in front of me.
Oh,
But yes, I lost my entire thought.
You said Mad Max Fury Road.
Right. So that so I'm looking forward to to see whatever she can do. But she only has, I believe, 33 lines of dialogue. That's what I was getting at. And that's what his that was his process, because he said he feels it gets in the way, which Tom Hardy barely spoke in the first one. But again, it was shot well. I enjoyed the soundtrack. You got the guy playing the guitar while they on the raid. He chained in. It was just so over the top and excellent. But I don't think people. I know they know the movie exists, but they don't rank it where it should. That movie was great.
I would say is underrated, mainly because I watched it once and never watched it again.
No,
Not because I didn't like it, but it was just like it's a long movie, and it wasn't. I think maybe I did pick up on a lack of dialogue, and that's why I was like, all right, this movie is like, it never dragged, but it's just like this. I could tell. I felt the 3 hours.
That's what I wanted from Transformers. Keep all that human dialogue. Just give me the bots.
Yeah, but, I guess my other one would be Space Jam. I'm lying, man. Space Jam.
Don't you dare.
No, well, I feel like it's another underrated movie. I would go. I would say the only reason I would say this is an underrated movie is because it was one of the few movies that I didn't figure out. Like at the end of the movie, I was like, huh.
Yeah.
And you may or may not have seen it, but it's called Slow Burn.
Dennis Quaid?
No. Ray Liotta. Chiwetel. I can't pronounce his last name.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
And who else is in there? There's a girl in there somewhere.
Wow.
I
haven't seen that one.
Oh man, got it from the bootleg man working at Food Land.
Slow Burn.
I had put my whole family on that movie.
Slow Burn.
Slow.
I have to check it out.
Yeah, it's dang, who else is in that movie? Because it's somebody else, and I don't even know if we gonna find it anywhere.
Yeah, because I don't think I have a third.
Slow Burn. It came out in 2005.
Wow.
Apparently LL was in there too, right? I forgot. Ray Liotta, Mekhi Phifer, LL, Chiwetel, Tay Diggs, Jolene Blaylock,
wow,
Guy Torrey,
wow,
Bruce McGill,
wow,
Fisher Stevens. Yeah, all of them were in it, and it was
it's quite a cast.
Man, it was good. It was only an hour and a half, and yeah.
Quite a cast of thespians.
Yeah.
Any two? Yeah, so no, that was 3 for you.
That was 2 for me.
2. So now I would have to. So I got 2. You got 2. Do you have another?
Do I have another one? I feel like a movie that is underrated. People don't give it the proper credit that it deserves. Off the top of my head, I don't think so.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of a top underrated movie. Is it something that like I just like, or that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I want you to pick a movie that what the streets is talking, or Twitter says this movie was good.
Right.
It's a movie you thoroughly enjoy, and you watch it anytime. You know what? I wouldn't. This is only in my top 3 because I can't think of another one. I'm sure there's a movie better than this.
Yeah.
But we were talking Spider-Man earlier. Spider-Man Far From Home. The one with Mysterio.
And then I would say Dante's Peak.
Ooh,
Dante's
I
Peak.
might need to change mine.
Yeah, 'cause that was
Dante's Peak, maybe.
Because you think of disaster movies, it's just people green screen over the top.
Man,
no,
that
it was working in Dante's Peak.
She threw that dog onto the boat.
Literally, get in the boat, Nana.
Nana ain't getting in that boat.
Ain't nobody told Nana to get out the boat. You let Remington Steele hop out of the boat. You let him figure it out. That old lady hopped out of there and paid the ultimate price. Was her life. But, quick before we sign off, who do you have in the NBA Finals?
I'm been saying this from the beginning. Nuggets in 5.
Nuggets in 5 against.
Does it matter?
Whoever. So whoever they play, they got it.
It may be a sweep if they play the Celtics. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
All right.
One of them other teams may be a little scrappy and come out on top one game.
That's very. It's a huge possibility.
Yeah.
Any sporting news, like football wise?
The player got drafted to the Packers and then like a week later retired.
Seen enough.
He said his back was hurt.
Seen enough.
He said, "Hey man, this how it feel."
He
was a lineman too, offensive lineman. He said his back was hurting, so he retired.
And then as far as hot topics, supposedly, I don't know how true this is, but supposedly they said that Bronny James has been listed as 6'4" height wise everywhere. They said he was 6'1" at the combine. So I don't know.
They said in the scrimmage he only scored 4 points.
Yeah, so I don't know. We will have to see. What is your prediction? Is he a 10? Does he average 10 a game? Does he average 15? Does he average 20?
I don't think he's going to get drafted. I think he's going to get signed undrafted to wherever LeBron's at. Mm-hmm. Unless LeBron pulls strings and pulls cards to make them draft him. Mm-hmm. But if they draft Ronnie, they're wasting a draft pick because nobody's going to draft him.
No,
the only reason somebody would draft him is a bargaining chip to get LeBron there. And the way that these players are now, they're like, no, I'm not signing with you guys. I'm signing with these other people. Yeah. And so I think he's going to be an undrafted free agent get signed.
No, it's contagious now.
Yeah, it's contagious. You got me on it. Undrafted free agent. He's going to get signed to whatever team. And it's going to take him a couple of years, but I think he's just going to be a glorified role player for a while.
Okay, and then you have a show.
I have a show. As of the day of this recording, it is next week on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'm headlining Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle in Royal Oak. And for those who are watching, the millions
and millions
of We Should Have fans that are watching who have seen me perform before, I just want to let you know I am putting out some new material. It's not going to be a full, because I don't think people understand how difficult it is to get a full hour's worth of jokes that are actually funny in a set form. Like, I can just throw out some funny things for an hour and keep everybody's attention. No. It's not going to be an entirely 100% new set, but you for sure will hear some jokes that you have never heard before.
I thought you were going to say something. You're not. Oh, right.
So that's Memorial Day weekend.
There we go. The dates.
Memorial Day weekend. That is May 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
You bring the money. He'll bring the funny.
Yeah, this is as of right now, all the shows are at 7 o'clock. I haven't checked to see if they added a second show or not. Okay. But as of now, I think one of the shows is 7:30, but all of them are 7 o'clock.
Who else is on there with you?
Robin Gillerin is featuring, and a gentleman named Robert Horton is hosting.
Okay.
Robert
All
Horton
right.
is hosting.
Well, there you go. If you don't have any Memorial Day weekend plans, go see Jason Jamerson.
And watch this guy stream.
Huh? Yeah. I saw you. You finally followed.
You know, I was scrolling. I said, "Oh, hey, I got Twitch." And I was like, you know, it took me forever to find you because you never told me what the name was.
The Mega Shaun.
Man, I was looking for Omega Shaun.
Yeah, I thought it. Yeah,
that's not it. And then I seen some videos. I'm like, I see a little person in the corner.
So now I got it where it's here up, so they get pecs and abs and they shoulders and heads. No, they know.
All right, now
They
you
know.
might have to stream the OnlyFans in a second.
Hey, listen, hey, can't nobody find me, Disney. But give us a motivational message.
Man, a motivational message.
No, wow. Don't let life do that to you. You got it. Come on now.
Man, listen, you
come on. You got it. Motivate. You got it.
You got me at the wrong
That's
day.
why it's the right time.
Don't let the smile fool you. You ever hear that song, The Tears of a Clown?
No, send us out of here right. They don't want to know about the tears of a clown. Send us out of here right.
You tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Okay. All right. Everybody, stay blessed.
Stay hydrated.
There we go.
And mind your business. And it is scientifically proven that you will live longer if you stay hydrated, mind your business, and smile more. Because a merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit will dry up the bones. And I don't know if you've ever seen some dry bones before, but they're very brittle and they will fold. You don't want to fold. I'm just leaving it at that because once I get to going, I get to go.
Go. We shoulda. We'll see y'all next week.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
All right.
Gladys, is there gin in here? She's got to go.
She got to fire that broad. What is this? Let her out of the kitchen.
Too much back talk for that.
Back talk. You do mute this part out, right?
Of course.
It just have the credits rolling. They can't hear what we're saying, right?
No.
No, okay. So they just think we're having a good old time.